Do you ever have those outlets that you can't really use because you put a table here, it blocks the outlet? I ended up having one of these installed, but you know what? Not everybody could do that. Sometimes the wiring in the wall is not available or it's just too expensive. Is there a better option? Well, PowerPro thinks so with their new product. Well, it's called the PowerPro, and all this is a surge protector with a pretty long cord that you can plug into a different outlet, and you can either screw it into the wall or use the 3M adhesive. So we reviewed the spin power, the swivel power, and now the Power Pro, where you can bring the outlet to you. It's actually a really neat idea. So if you have an outlet that's covered or you can't access, it has a cord and you can maybe attach this to the wall. It tells us we have 6 potential power sources, so 3 plugs and 3 USBs, but I do not see a USB-C, and that is frustrating. This was purchased for about 20 bucks from my local As Seen on TV retailer. Let's do a quick unboxing. All right, nothing left in the box. I see it looks like a heavy-duty cord sitting here. After we've completely unboxed it, we have our instructions, and then we have our Power Pro itself. This is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's pretty beefy, but I guess that makes sense since 2 out of the 3 actual outlets are on the side. Let me take this plastic off. Down here, we see we have a reset button, which is very similar to that of the swivel power. Whereas if you end up tripping this circuit, you can just push this button to reset it. I really like the convenience there. On the top, you see that we will have 2 lights. One says protected, the other says grounded. So it lets you know, well, if the plug is safe. Of course, there's this plastic divider, which is supposed to go right into here. And I think it just clips into place. So when I have this mounted, I can have like a tablet or a phone, and they are separated from each other while they are charging. If I look at the back, I have 2 ways to mount this. I can either use the included screw holes, and they actually include the screws, or there is a 3M sticker that I can put on here to stick to the wall that way if I don't want to do a more permanent installation. I just measured the cord off camera, and it measures 48 inches in length, which is actually a convenient size cord because if my plug is low, I have at least 4 feet where I can move the Power Pro into a more convenient location. Before we go much further, if you're new here, my name is Jeff, and this is Jeff Reviews for You. I review a whole lot of products. I specialize in reviewing as seen on TV items. Every once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that aligns with something that you're looking for online, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media. Instagram and Twitter, I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now let's get right back into reviewing this Power Pro. As we are continuing to test the Power Pro, I thought it might be fun to have the spin power and the swivel power here just for moral support. You can see that we are now plugged in, and it shows that we are protected and grounded. I was reading through the directions, and the directions tell us that these 3 USB ports have a combined power of 3.1 amps. So what does that mean? Well, if I plug one in here, I'm probably not going to have high-speed charging, but if I plug in another one, well, then my charging will be even slower. They do recommend, if you are experiencing slower charging, to use your plug instead of the USB ports. Let's test that out. Most phones only fast charge or super fast charge between 20 and 80% of the battery power, and anything outside of that, it's just a regular charge. So I have this battery right now at 46%, and let's see what it does. Can you see that? It says just regular charging at 46%. All right, let's do this exact same thing, but we're gonna plug in with this. All right, we're now hooked into this plug. Let's plug it in and see what it says. All right, ooh, see how now automatically it says fast charging 47%, because these plugs are actually geared to allow the fast charging, whereas the USB ports are not. So tell me, what are your thoughts of these power products? Either the Power Pro, the spin power, or the swivel power. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Because this comes with a 3M adhesive, I am going to use it just to see how it works. So what we're going to do is we'll peel this off the back. My final installation will actually be using the screw holes. All right, so we're going to put this on it. I'm going to hold this in place for about a minute. Now that we've held this 3M sticker on the back for over 60 seconds, we're going to peel this one off here. My wall is clean. I'm just going to put this up and hold it in place now. I'll move over here a little bit for another minute. You can see that we are installed. It seems pretty tight. It doesn't wiggle when I try to move it. And of course I have it plugged in and we are protected and grounded. I will say you do see the wire that goes all the way down the wall. So if you want to put this in some sort of a housing or whatnot, and then of course you figure out what you're going to do down here with the plug, that could all be behind a table. But there we have it. Here we are all set up and plugged in. You can see that my tablet is plugged into the USB port. And then of course my phone is using the phone charger that it came with, because this is a USB-C charger and this Power Pro does not have a USB-C port. I'm going to leave this up here for a period of 24 hours. It did seem like it bonded pretty secure, and I'll leave my phone and tablet there. We've had our Power Pro here sitting on the wall for an entire day and it's really held solid. I'm pretty impressed. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm actually going to leave this here and I'll post updates in the description to see, well, how long it stays. So every month I'll just say, yep, it lasts another month or it fell off. But to complete this review, I actually had to go get another one. So let's go screw this one into the wall. I'll give you a little pro tip right here. Anytime I have something I have to adhere to the wall, I just use a piece of the painter's tape and just come over here and mark the top, pop a hole through it, and pop a hole through the top, peel this off. Let's go stick that on the wall. So we have our wall here. Let's put on our tape. You can see where the two holes are already marked. So I can do one of two things. One, I can just screw the screw through here, or I can just mark it with my screwdriver. I chose to mark it with my screwdriver, therefore I know where my two screws go. All right, so that last one is in. Now we are going to get our Power Pro and line it up and install it. Just like that, we're lined up and it's tight and holding strong. We have hung our Power Pro on the wall and I plugged in a space heater and an air conditioner because I want to see if this will trip the little circuit on the Power Pro. Now, I should have a disclaimer. The directions tell you do not use the Power Pro for things that require high voltage, such as space heaters or air conditioners. Let's turn them both on. It took less than 5 minutes for this circuit to blow, and as you can see, it popped down before it was flush. And so what we're told is if we push this back up, it clicks everything back into gear and they all start back up again. So far, I really like the functionality of the Power Pro. I don't mind that the USB ports aren't fast chargers because honestly, it still does charge, and plus I could always plug it into the actual outlets if I wanted to. I like the convenience, the portability. One thing I'm really confused about is this plug end. They market this as something that's low profile, that you can run the cord down a wall and maybe plug this in behind something. But I know that as soon as I plug this in, I have at least a few inches here that I have to be away from the wall in order to fit the plug in. I would much rather had a sideways plug for this product. To remedy the problem, I bought a very short extension cord. This has the sideways profile and it's much smaller than a typical plug and therefore could fit snugly behind something like a bed, a dresser, a desk, or whatnot. Also, check out this sweet feature. This part spins 360 degrees, so you can fit it any different direction depending on where your plug is located. Extra cool. In this video, we are looking at the Power Pro and as seen on TV item. So what did I think of it? Well, first things first, it fell right within that $20 price point, and I love it when products do that. I really like that you can put the Power Pro within 4 feet of an actual outlet. Therefore, you can almost take the power where you want it to go. The 3 USB ports and the 3 plugs are a real bonus to have in a place where you might not have that many outlets. Also, the divider or the slots on top to hold your devices is really convenient. What didn't I like about it? Well, it really frustrates me that in today's day and age, we don't have USB-C ports right on these things because a lot of people don't have USB anymore and it's really gone to USB-C. So in future generations, I would love to see something like that. Anyway, that was my review of the Power Pro. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by and I hope you have a great day. I've had this Power Pro held to the wall with the adhesive tape, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to take it off, and I'm hoping it does not destroy the wall. Are you ready? Other 3M tapes that I've removed, what I've done is I've just done like a twisting motion. So I'm going to have a hand on the top, hand on the bottom, and twist. Oh, okay. You know what? It took a little effort, but it came off. I don't see any paint on here, and more importantly, I don't see any paint that came off the wall Awesome. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Power Pro. You know what? During this video, I actually referenced 2 other products that I reviewed. One was the Swivel Power, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link that one right up here. I also reviewed the Spin Power, and I'm gonna link that right over here. And by the magic of the internet, when you click here or here, I'm gonna join you at one of those reviews. So go ahead, click one, they're safe, I promise.